Hi, happy Friday. I'm playing Xenoblade first today because, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get to play Papa's Pizzeria as well, but we're starting with Xenoblade. I'm gonna do my Lego. We're continuing this thing that I did yesterday. It's supposed to be like a picnic thing, I think. Because I am putting food on it. I am putting this cylinder into the top middle. And you probably can't see this. It looks like fire. That's going inside of that, I believe. It's a candle. And then the teapot is going to the right of it. By my perspective, it's upside down. And this cup is going to the left. Like this. I don't think it's done, but that's a whole page of stuff, so that's all I'm doing. Okay. I keep changing my camera shape thing. I mean, it keeps changing itself, but I try to fix it. We were in the middle of a side quest, but I don't know. I have to go back to Tora's house. Because I just got... I just got all this stuff for the quest. Where does Tora live here?
Meh. Long journeys make Tora tired.
Hello? We are upgrading Poppy. Poppy Cutie Pie, I believe is what this quest was. Welcome back. Friends collect all materials for new outfit. Yes, everything we need is right here. Big Sis Lila. Poppy counting on Big Sis to make perfect outfit. Anything for sweet little sister Poppy. Lila makes sure to meet all of her requests. Now Lila retired to other room to concentrate on outfit making. Oh, and Master Pawn was say he have something to talk to friends about. Grown-up body all finished already? Might be a bit soon to hope for that, Poppy. Master Pawn is great inventor, but even he never finishes that quickly. He say something about getting Poppy herself to make preparations for upgrade. Preparations? Like do warm-up exercise to get body ready? That not sound too hard. Poppy proud of ability to bend every joint in any direction. Okay. A special party trick or skill of Poppy. Friends want to see? That's crazy. No need for that, Lila think. Just make sure to talk to Master Pawn. Where is Master Pawn? Data Pawn, what you mean by getting Poppy ready? Exercises. Poppy always ready for warm-up exercises. Exercises? What Poppy talking about? Poppy thought maybe you need to do exercises to get ready for big upgrade. Such silly idea. Artificial blade not need exercises, as long as joints not rusty. Always ready to operate at full capacity. Anyway, Tora, please take Poppy and go to Goldmouth Flight Deck in Argentum. I should probably get a notepad ready. Since I don't think I'm getting help today with this. Flight Deck. Argentum. Argentum for what? Poppy need to enroll in Blue Sky Nopon University. What? Blue Sky? Blue Sky Nopon University. What in the world? Me already organized trial attendance. Listen close, Poppy. To become true lady, proper education is essential. Learn many things at Blue Sky Nopon University and become educated. Is possible to become educated in only one day? Tora, is it not necessity for sake of upgrade to send Poppy to university, even if only for one day? That upon quite right. Tora, understand. Well then, Poppy, go learn many things from teacher Fleecy Flossie. Fleecy Flossie. At Blue Sky Nopon University. Understood. Poppy will become perfect lady. Blue Sky Nopon University. They better not quiz me.
That was a slog.
Let us go.
Morning.
Let us face the day with a renewed vigor.
Where is it? Here he is. Welcome to Blue Sky Nopon University. You are applicants for trial attendance? That is right. Poppy will learn to be proper lady. To be lady? Fleecy Flossie not know what you talking about there, but me get you started with lessons anyway. If you keep up with lessons to very end, we'll be filled with power of education. So work hard to follow lesson. Understood. So, first period lessons start right now. First period is forestry lesson. Now, Poppy, try read text that is written on board. Oh, great.
I know trees. Like
Oh
the
my
back of hand.
god. No. Why? I'm pretty sure Croton warned me about this and I just forgot. Hold on. What's this? Who has forestry? Probably nobody. You do. Oh. Huh? What is it engaged? What? Who was it? Why can't... Why? I'm confused. Oh, is it because it's her spot? Hold on. I'm silly.
What would
There
you
we
do
go.
without me? What would you do without me?
Oopsies. Who else had it?
Looking
Yes.
forward to it.
That's 3. Well, you need
Oh,
people on you
I'm up.
anyways.
You can count on me.
Okay. Think I'm good?
Awesome skills.
My turn. I'm on it.
I know trees.
Oh, I needed
like the back of
5?
my hand.
Dang it! What the heck? I thought I needed 4. I'm struggling.
You can count on me.
Edit it again. Please, just one forestry. Please. No. Dang it.
Just how far can beauty take us? That's what I want to know.
I'm so sick. What the heck? I just need one more. Can I... Bruh. No. Now I'm afraid I'm gonna need... Hold on. I'm gonna look up this quest so I don't delete someone that I need. Copy cutie pie quest. Ancient wisdom. Okay, I need ancient wisdom.
I'm going to miss you.
Okay, bye then.
I hate this.
Goodbye then.
Thanks for everything.
This is crazy. I don't even think I have. Oh my god. I don't think I have level 3 ancient wisdom. Why can't one of you just have forestry? It knows that I need it, so it's not giving it to me.
Farewell.
I'll see you around sometime.
Why do I keep pressing A?
No use fighting it.
Goodbye then. I look forward to our paths crossing.
Please. Why? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Bruh, why can't I just have forestry? Just one. I just need one more, please. Bruh. No, I didn't see what that one was. Mark Mastery. This is horrible.
I look forward to our paths crossing again. So I wasn't strong enough.
Why are they so dramatic?
I see. Well, take care.
I'm going to miss you.
See you around!
I'll see you around sometime.
That's a shame. Oh,
I could have skipped that the whole time, okay. It says to use compassion. That's what I was thinking. Come on, I'm almost out, please. Earth, no. Lichen rock. I got Hippodon. You know what? I'm gonna use a rare. My last compassion. Not a single one of those gave me forestry. Okay. That's unfortunate.
I'm stronger.
Why? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What is... I don't know what that means.
You can count on me.
We'll be safe as
Extra ancient wisdom. I retreat items from the collectibles list. This is something I am unaware of existing. Oh. What? I just have to go to a collection point. Near a tree. But I don't know where to go.
Tora tired.
Refresh and set off again.
I need to find a collection point near a tree.
Come out, come out. My turn. I'm on it.
I know trees.
Why
like
do we
the
need
back of my
everyone for
hand.
this? Now let's see if that worked. Oh wait, I have to unlock it first. How do I unlock this? I forgot. Oh, I have to do this. I have to increase trust? How do I know your favorite pouch items if you're just generic? Is there a master list? I don't know how to increase trust. I'm so confused.
Poppy's battles.
I can just do this one then. Acquire treasure items through salvaging. Oh wait, no, that's not what I need. Acquire mechanical items from the collectibles list. Which points? Okay. So I have to salvage. That sucks.
Let's rest a spell.
Let's get going.
Where can I salvage at? Anywhere? Oh, over here probably. Or not. What the heck? This is already giving me a headache.
Oh. Oh.
Here? No. do I salvage? No. Oh, there's one. How the heck do I get over there?
Oh, I can't wait. Yo, time.
Hex, why is this one complicated?
This looks like it'll be something good.
Great.
You're all mine.
Now, let's see if that worked. It did. Okay.
Time for some treasure hunting. Yo. Huh.
I'm doing a lesson so Poppy can upgrade.
This looks like it'll be
She has to
something
go to
good.
school and I need level 5 forestry. Oh no.
It must have sensed our skill.
Dang, level 24.
Make haste and retrieve it.
Quicken arts!
Sword back.
Mastercon, watch out! Hey, pay attention to me!
Double spinning hit.
The choice.
Hit it. No.
Eagle eye. Excellent.
Why not?
We make a good team.
Why is there a level
Go on,
24
raise us
enemy
some
here?
more.
Like, this guy's level 2.
No. We lost the upper hand.
I killed him in one hit.
You're all mine. Treasure acquired.
I'm gonna use silver, so maybe I can get more
Oh,
items.
I can't wait. Yo. Huh. All right. Oh, I love the smell of salvage. Okay,
Bruh.
bring it on.
Leave me alone, I just want my treasure.
Maybe we're not.
Yeah, topple them.
Make haste and
Why
retrieve it.
not?
Right there.
Make haste and retreat. Why would I do that?
Sword back.
Do it.
Hit it. No.
Something you like.
Enemy's element is now wins.
Scatter shot.
Why not? Treasure acquired.
I'll be sure to back you up.
Thanks. I need 8 more. Something.
Time for some treasure hunting. Huh. Huh. All right. I'm back. Miss me? Ha.
What does mechanical stuff have to do with forestry, though? I guess. I did it.
I've gained new insight.
You're all mine.
Okay. Back to school.
Off we go. Refresh and set off again.
Where the heck was it?
Awesome skills.
My turn. I'm on it.
I know trees like the back of my hand.
Interesting. Very interesting. How is text? Is Poppy understanding properly? Yes, Poppy understand all about importance of forests. Forest and trees is important for build houses to live in and furniture for everyday life. I cannot read this. Not just place for monsters to live. Very good. Trees of forest also help purify water and even prevent natural disaster like landslides. Not to mention provide beautiful relaxing sight to heal hearts of people. Poppy understand is like scales fall from eyes of Poppy. Congratulations, Poppy. You successfully learned forestry. Now time for second period lesson. Next up is observation class. We take short break first, so please come back when ready to begin new lesson. Yes, teacher Fleecy Flossie. Time to begin lesson 2. Second period lesson is about observation. You'll be greeted by 3 Nopon now. Task for Poppy is to deduce which Nopon is merchant. Lulumu is called Lulumu. Pleasure to meet friends. Yo friends, me is cool Nopon. Name of Kalu Kalu. Friends not be stranger, yeah? Me called Yatada? 1 Nopon out of 3 is merchant. Does Poppy know which? I'm gonna say the middle one and then I'm gonna cheat and check. That's my guess. I did get it right. Correct choice. Poppy make very decisive decision there. Next question will be harder. My name is Beltran. Name's Gruth. Don't you forget it. Hi there, my name's Chilo. Now then, which of these 3 posed well... Oh my god. I don't remember. Oh. He did the Tomodachi life. Poppy very good at this. Highly refined skill of observation. Always noticing slightest change, never missing single thing. Good sense of observation, very important skill in life and learning. Should try to hone observation skill even more in future. Yes, teacher Fleecy Flossie. Well then, next is third period. Keep up good work. Is this the one where I need ancient wisdom? Time for third period. Third period lesson is ancient civilization studies. Like for first lesson, please read text that is on board.
It is good to dwell on the past from time to time.
Never mind, I'm fine. Thank God. Yes, ancient civilizations, very interesting indeed. Looks like Poppy understand writings on board quite well. Yes, teacher, Poppy now appreciate true importance of knowledge and technology developed by ancient people. Without work of ancient people, we never have rich society today. Excellent work, Poppy. Poppy passed third period lesson with flying color. Only 1 lesson left for Poppy. Keep up good work in fourth period. Oh, I thought that was the last one. Uh-oh. Finally, time for final lesson. Poppy ready for fourth period? To obtain true education, need good physical ability and technique. Lately, physical abilities of youth on the decline is very sad. So tell me, Poppy, you physical ability better than lazy modern youth. What does teacher Fleecy Flossie mean? This is what teacher Fleecy Flossie mean. What? What was that? Hello?
Okay.
Level 50. Why? No. Nothing's happening to him. And I don't have... Oh my god. Nothing has happened to this guy. I'm scared.
Let us make use of it.
If I pull this, it's probably not gonna let me have the stuff.
Try to keep it up.
Double spinning
Aqua wave.
Quicken arts.
This is crazy.
sword back. Double spinning
Scatter shot. Dolphin spin.
Yeah.
Focus.
Why not? Ha! Sword
Tora
back.
can do
Double
it.
spinning it.
Fucking
It's impossible.
Blade combo. Third stage. Awesome.
See, did you see that? Poppy's great.
Give it everything I've got.
No, get it away from me. Oh,
Sacred arrow.
Super.
Good on you. Poppy will protect you.
Sword back.
Great
Double
shake.
spinning it.
Brick. Steady. Drill.
Ha!
Focus.
Why not?
One shot.
Sword back.
Take
Double
it.
spinning it.
Cheat
Cheat it. No.
Let us make use of it
Just give me one
now. Gotcha.
I don't even know if I want to do a chain attack because
Blade combo. Third
nothing's
stage.
happening. I don't want to waste it just in case I die or someone dies.
We will make your dreams a reality.
Sword back. Double
One
spinning
shot.
it.
Let me take it. Halo.
Gotcha.
Quick Focus.
Sword back. Double spinning it.
You know what, I'm gonna try it.
Everyone stop.
We're up, Gramps.
You're mine.
Astounding.
Tora, keep up.
Tora right on time. Poppy missile.
Astounding.
Mia's turn. Yuraikan.
Raging tiger.
Let's keep it up.
Magnificent.
Go for it.
Photon X.
Mad
Let's hold
elemental
that.
blast.
Tora, keep up.
Tora right on time. Yes. Poppy crushing blow.
Magnificent.
This is not doing much.
Mia's turn. On it.
Aqua wave. Magnificent.
And another one.
A third one.
Hit it. No.
Lightning. Fast master punch.
Magnificent.
Get attention of enemies.
Tora, keep up.
Oh, I can't use Poppy Cutie.
Here we go.
Great.
I fucked that up.
Mia's turn. Yuraikan. Ready or go naughty.
Excellent. Chain attack finish.
Dang, 160,000? And he still isn't even halfway dead.
Whoa, nice.
Aqua wave.
Those are two surprising things. Separately and together.
Sword back. Double spinning it.
Scatter shot.
And we're gonna be here all day fighting this guy.
Every sword back. Double spinning it.
Poppy. All power to weapon systems.
Blade combo. Third stage. Awesome.
Trauma.
I shall defend you to the last.
We can do it. To the
Gotcha.
Sword back.
Double spinning it.
Healing halo. Let's go. Now,
Oh my god, he got me.
Ha! Double spinning it.
God's
Give it everything I've got.
Concentrate, Rex. Sacred arrow.
Superb.
Wow.
I won't let you.
Timing, Master
Anchor shot.
He's here, so maybe I can get.
Backlash slam.
No?
Scatter
Okay.
shot. Quicken arts.
Why not?
I heard it land somewhere.
Sword back. Double spinning it.
Can we get this guy on the ground? Can we break so I can topple him?
Cannon.
Sword back. Double spinning it.
Poppy will protect them. Rex, we can do it. Go.
Oh my god.
Now panic. Storm.
Yeah.
Fucking two. Just give me the heads up.
Gotcha. Sword back. Double spinning it. Why not?
Steady. Drill.
This is where we prove
Oh my god.
I'm here.
Great
Sword
shake.
back. Double spinning it. Anchor shot.
Let us make use of it now.
Ha! Why not? Sword back. Double spinning edge. Go for it.
This is terrible.
This one looks dangerous.
Blade combo, third stage.
Oh, I really fucked that up. I'm so sorry. It's embarrassing. Sorry, Poppy.
Something right.
Double spinning edge. Ha!
Blind spot.
I shall defend you to the last.
I'm not kidding.
Let us make use of it now.
Short
First check.
back. Double spinning edge. Anchor shot. Ha!
Scatter shot.
Why not? Electric. Go for it. Why not?
I hate this.
Make haste and retreat.
Anchor shot. Sword back.
I shall drown you with my power. Blade combo, third stage. Awesome.
I'm gonna try this.
We're up, Gramps.
Oh, I don't remember what the opposite of that first thing is. Earth or whatever.
Tora, keep up.
Tora right here. Poppy missile.
Super.
Mia's turn. On it.
Raging tiger.
And another one.
Astounding.
You're these guys.
Elemental burst.
I did it. But I didn't burst it all the way.
Keep up.
Oh, I didn't even do that.
Poppy alpha.
Elemental burst.
Mia's
Oh, I did it.
Aqua wave. Magnificent.
And another one.
Magnificent.
Mithra.
Good.
Just hold.
Tora, keep up.
Poppy ready to face anything.
Excellent.
Mia's turn. On it.
Burn, my heart, burn.
Excellent. Chain attack. Finish.
150,000.
Do it.
Gotcha. Whoa.
This one looks dangerous.
Sword bash. Double spinning edge.
I missed.
Sword bash. Why not?
Let's go.
Are you ready for Poppy's full capabilities? Double spinning edge.
I shall
Oh my
defend
god.
you to the
Yeah,
last.
please heal us.
Now I'm fired up.
Make haste and retreat.
Oh my god. Oh my god, please stop shooting lightning everywhere.
Sword bash. Double spinning edge. Anchor shot. Ha!
Scatter shot.
Yep. Yeah.
That land. Come on, get back here.
I shall defend
Mia, why aren't you doing your job?
Double spinning edge. Everyone's getting sacked. Anchor shot. Ha!
That one fell.
Yeah.
great change.
Sword bash. Double spinning
Let us
edge.
make use of it now.
Anchor shot. Ha!
Thanks, Poppy.
Ha!
This one looks dangerous.
Sword back. Double spinning edge.
Sure.
Ha! Sword back. Double spinning edge. All right, where do you need me?
You to the last, my lady.
Sword back. Double spinning edge.
Now it's
don't know where it is.
No, none of that.
Oh my god, please don't kill us.
Blade combo, third stage.
Fuck, I fucked that up.
My power flows as
I was expecting it to want me to
Poppy will protect us.
spam.
Steady.
Let's do it together.
Stop.
We're up, Gramps.
Ray of punishment.
Excellent.
Tora, keep up.
Poppy right here. Reporting in.
Wrong thing.
Nea's turn. On it.
It'll be over in no time.
Elemental burst.
Oh yay.
Let's keep it up.
Super.
Hit it, no.
Prepare yourself.
Super.
Tora, keep up.
Poppy, Tora right on time. Poppy crushing blow.
Astounding.
Nea's turn.
Let
Here
us
I
settle
can.
this.
Ready or go multi.
Finish.
Ready or poor Madi. We didn't do as well that time, but we only had one thing
No way.
on the burst thing.
Awesome.
Whatever that means.
Beat as one.
Anchor shot.
Pocket
Haste and retreat.
Why not?
Now punish. Storm. Jaguar flush.
Double spinning edge. Sword bash.
Break.
Please do your job with that shot.
This one looks dangerous.
Why not? Ow. Sword bash. Double spinning edge.
He's really mad. Nia, please heal us.
Everyone's getting sword back. Double spinning edge.
Witness the power.
Please.
Anchor shot.
Make haste and retreat.
Sword back.
Nia, please heal us.
It's getting tough. Double spinning edge. Justice blizzard.
Oh my god, Nia, please.
I will never leave a
Oh
card
my god.
juice.
Someone please help me. Or please, someone. I cannot die right now. If I die right now, I'm quitting and I'm just gonna play Papa's Pizzeria, because that's crazy.
Double spinning edge. Anchor shot.
Let us make use of it now.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Watch out.
Double
Now, you want to heal us? Okay.
gotcha.
Let us make use of it now. On my way.
Everyone's getting double spinning edge.
Watch out.
Yeah. No one can stop us now. All right. Where do you need me? Sword bash. Double spinning edge. Anchor shot.
Hello. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please.
Much obliged. Gramps, you worry
Nia,
too much.
help. Why am I not doing anything?
I shall defend you to the last, my lady.
Double spinning edge. Anchor shot.
Let us make use of it now.
Why not?
Jaguar flush.
Sword bash. Double spinning edge. I'll give it everything I've
Come
got.
on.
Concentrate, right?
Is this to your liking? Astounding.
Please tell me he. Okay, I think I did it.
Danger,
Oh my
Master
god.
Pawn. Can't give up now.
That was horrible. My heart's racing. All finished. Very impressive, Poppy. Poppy is first student ever to pass this 4th period lesson. I'm not sure that last one even counted as a lesson. That lesson not possible unless student is driver or blade. So is Poppy super educated lady now? Lady? Well, let Fleecy Flossy see. Fleecy Flossy not sure whether Poppy true lady or not, but can confirm Poppy has obtained power of education. Fleecy Flossy present Poppy with special graduation certificate only for student who clear all lessons. Congratulations on graduating 1-day trial attendance of Blue Sky Nopon University. Okay. Thank you, teacher Fleecy Flossy. Now preparation all complete. Come on, Poppy. We go back for final stage of upgrade process. Poppy all nervous and excited. Need to calm down.
That was a slog.
Where is
Let us go.
everyone? Hello? How was Blue Sky Nopon University? Please report findings from Masterpon. That's what I was trying to do. Poppy back now. Welcome back, Poppy. Lila feel that Poppy seems somehow more grown up already. Lila correct. Poppy is true lady now. Lila done with preparing new outfit and preparations for upgrade all finished too. Only one thing left, waiting for her device to finish charging up. So it won't be long until Poppy has a brand new form of her very own. Tor is starting to get nervous. So when do we start the upgrade? Meh. Charging of device take 1 week. What? How can it take a whole week just for the thing to power up? It's only natural. Upgrading a Poppy require immense power, not simple, easy process. We can't just wait around for a whole week though. I'd go crazy from the anticipation. Isn't there any way of speeding up the charging process? Meh. Well, if you put energy-full materials into charging device, charging may be finished quicker. Item called E-Pack is most efficient, but other materials also okay. Quickest plan probably to get mercenaries to collect many E-Pack for us. Makes sense, I guess. Then maybe we'll do that. Just hang in there a little longer, alright, Poppy? Poppy okay to wait. Good luck with charging, everyone. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Okay, back to the walkthrough thing. I don't want to wait for the mercenary stuff. That's crazy. Okay. I need something called energy for found it. Salvaging. Can I just make this smaller? That's not.
At
Animal.
your command.
Animal.
Okay, understood.
I need someone with salvaging. Do I even have that? My ads are gonna run. I have to have that because I'm pretty sure I used it the other day. There we go.
I'll apply myself fully.
Oh, I need. Oh, okay. I need 2 of those.
I vowed to carry out my sworn duty. I
That's
vowed to
annoying.
carry out my
Random.
sworn
I
duty.
won't let you down.
That's an important task. No objections. Well then, let's go. Have fun, chaps.
Okay. I guess I could play Papa's Pizzeria while I wait for this. So I'm gonna let my ads run, and then I'm gonna play Papa's Pizzeria while this happens. I'm gonna start my break now. I'll be right back. Hi, Corin. I was playing Xenoblade, but now I'm playing Pizzeria because I have to wait for this group. I don't want to spoil it, but there's like a timed thing. I'm waiting for that to happen. Let me turn off the switch so the audio stops playing. I'm gonna play, I hope. Is my music gonna come through? I don't know how to stream. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure we're fine. Okay. Summer luau. I think we're good. It's payday. Nick. Pulled pork. We had a pulled pork pizza once and it was kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of, it smelled weird. I think it was the breadsticks that smelled weird, but I don't know. It was from some random local place. Pulled pork. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, let me finish this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't. So impatient. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This pizza's disgusting. Oh. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm so sorry. That's crazy. It was a mistake. He didn't have to do that to me. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully that's all on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to take that order. Do you want to play the pizzeria for me? You don't like Papa's Pizzeria? 4 days. 4 days in game? You don't even do anything at that point. Have you ever played this? You've never played one of these, though? I'm excited for Mokuria because I've never played it. I'm pretty sure that one's only a mobile game. I think there's like only a to-go version. Blue oil egg. And is it all over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry to the person that wants to order. Hold on. Dang it. Did you stop and get Crosby snacks? Well, tomorrow's Saturday, so it doesn't matter. Just give him that other half of the food. He was bothering me all morning. Like, he didn't even get on the bed. He was just meowing at the doorway all morning. Maybe. I tried to pick him up. He, like, kept walking away from me. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was terrible. How did I- what? I shouldn't have got 100%. What? That's a lie. There was a big triangle of pizza in the middle. Hello? That one was messed up too. Should I purposely mess up my pizzas? Skip. No. Still summer luau? Hope. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is always calling his orders in. One, two, three, four. I didn't mean to spread them out that much. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I started doing the— oh, I forgot to move my camera. Why did nobody tell me? You haven't been able to see the orders this whole time. Yeah. You don't know how this game works? There's nothing going on the left. Hacky Zach has our next special. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're gonna have to wait a second. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Why didn't I get 100 right there? Six, 7, 8. Something like that. Really didn't need to move the ticket. Our customer. Hawaiian pizza. I'm a fan of Hawaiian pizza. Can we get Hawaiian pizza for dinner? Why not? Why not? You've never had it. Have you? He's just judging things he's never had. Have you ever had pineapple? Hello? Have you ever had pineapple? Bruh. Do you not know? Hurry up. Please don't yell at me. Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Messed that up. 1, 2, 3. I got a bandana. 21 bucks as a tip. Ooh, I almost got perfect. Almost slightly undercooked that. $46. Why? Why would it be that? Why would you have the ham on one side and the pineapple on the other? What? Starlight barbecue. Stop. That's what they call the 4th of July in this game, apparently. Crazy expensive. Thick! I'm just gonna get a post where it just says thick. I feel like this is more festive, but I like the other one. Now I need some clothes. Jacket. Let me get the crop top. Hold on. Oh, I want the white one. Or not. Hello? I don't know. That's cute. Oh, buy any 8 clothing items. Really? I've only bought 8. Get those. I don't care about any of that stuff. I didn't even need to buy that. Okay. I'll do that hat. What did I just get? I got something else. That. Sure. What? Okay. Move all. I didn't know I could do that. Start with the wall and the floor and the furniture. Thick. Looks good to me. Marty. Dang, Marty's this far into the game. Cornbread crust. I need to try that. It's so bright yellow. Everything is so bright right now. It kind of hurts my eyes. I don't know about barbecue on cornbread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to do something, but it didn't work. Please don't ring the bell again. Dang it. I'm always slightly too late. What is this? Tea, tomato, egg. And I'm gonna assume... Okay, it's like the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you shouldn't have saw that. 4 minutes. I didn't know you were gonna see my dashboard. Buffalo on the cornbread. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Dang it. 91. I was trying to do it nicely and I got the horrible thing. Nerval who? What? What did it say? Did it say band members? What? One, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just randomly placed those. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm assuming they want the things in like perfectly cut slices, but there's no guide. Like every other game gives you a guide for placing things. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Dang, almost perfect. Do they always just do that? I was quick that time. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $19, thank you. Please like it. Dang it. I would have got 100 if I did the cut a little bit better. I got 32 bucks though. Okay. No, thank you. Almost rank 47. I would like to put my switch on, do this. They're returning, hello.
Are you satisfied?
Well met.
I'm doing this through OBS. 150-volt battery. It says that I can do that again.
Leave everything
Walk
up to
through.
me. My growth can't be stopped.
I'm growing stronger by the day. I'm growing stronger by the day, it seems.
I feel I can go far.
Okay. Can I just send the same people?
I'll apply
I vow
myself
to
fully.
carry out my sworn duty.
Hey. Where's this button? This is so much easier. What the heck? I can't sort by... I can't see what's happening, I'm not gonna lie.
At your command.
I'll be in the other party then. Go on.
Begin. Yes.
An honor. Right. Well, I'll be going then. Good luck!
Okay. That is a lot quicker. Okay. Back to the pizzeria. I don't know where to put my controller. Grammy? Grammy's this far in too? Smoky bacon sauce. I forgot how to play this for a second. Dang it. Why didn't he just order the special? He's trying to get a deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna get them to do it at the same time. Dang it. I'm gonna do this perfectly. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be perfect. Trust. I just have to get the cut right. That is a complicated cut. Dang it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. People not come in right now. I want to get this pizza out. I don't like that. Don't like that. Dang it, it wasn't perfect. I'm never trying again. Hold up. Hold on. Is that what I did? I don't know. Hold on, I'm panicking. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please stop yelling at me. I'm gonna get your pizza. You don't have to yell. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to put a thing on there. Dang. I meant to do that first. Tony, please go faster. Rep. Dang, I need one more. 58 bucks? What the heck? Pizza is so yummy. Welcome in. I would love pizza for dinner. Perfect! Thank you for the good luck by chatting. I got a perfect order. No thank you. Cornbread Baker. 47. Boomer. How were you not the first one to unlock in this holiday? Grated Parmesan cheese. Unlock all of the cheeses. Hydrate. I have root beer. Also, my nose is running. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I just picked up my Switch controller. I'm not using that to play this game. My mouse is dying, though. Yeah, and I don't want to plug it in while I'm playing this game. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. 4. 3, 4. Okay, they always do that when you click there. I've been complaining about it the whole time. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is kind of trippy. I like this cheese because I'd sometimes use it as like a guide on where to place things. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hurry up, Boomer. Dang. Gladiator helmet? Thanks. 64 bucks. Hi, Miss Pocket. How are you? I'm about to get my next special. You're seeing the back rooms tonight? I think Griffin wants to see that. Don't you want to see that? I don't know why. I'm not interested, but I hope you have fun. Doesn't it have monsters in it, though? I thought you didn't like backroom stuff with monsters. He's not responding. Hello? Yeah, I thought you didn't like backroom stuff with monsters in it. Oh, okay. He wants to be a hater, basically. So are we gonna see it then? Huh? I guess we're gonna see that this weekend. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything for overpriced movie theater snacks. I'll go. I need to get the crunch things. Crunch, what are they called? Bites? I don't know. And a peach Arizona tea. Asiago Ranch. That one seemed complicated, so I might do a different one. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. See if that gets me perfect. Tube music stopped working. Come on, come on, come on. I need to go get that pizza, please. Thanks. Thanks for the $19 tip. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. It wasn't even close to being done. Yay, perfect. I knew that would work. Get perfect on I've done that 30 times. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. 13 minutes. 48. I guess. Parmesan Pro. Bertha. Mandy. Onion rings. Unlock all Starlight Barbecue. That's it? Burnt ends? What does that mean? Ends of what? This game's freaky. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Barbecue, I almost did the wrong sauce. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Almost did more than 6. It's gonna ring as soon as I start doing this, yep. They can wait. Why'd you have to order that right now? Tea ranch, whatever that is. Mozzarella. 8 cheese. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang it! I tried to memorize it. 6 ham. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we think my mouse will stay alive for another hour? I would like to finish the Poppy Cutie quest. Oh. I need at least another 30 minutes, I think. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone wants their pizzas overcooked today. They just want to waste my time. Yay, perfect. I'm surprised, but thank you. I think it's this. Did I do that right? Yes. I think I did that wrong. No, I didn't. I have to trust in myself. I did not do that wrong. Dang. She wants everything at the last minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I went too far with that, but... I cut these pizzas. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. $87. Well, I don't care why I got a bad score. I just suck at placing stuff. Move! I'm trying to cut! Got it perfect! $30, I'm surprised. Dang. $48. Why did I think I was done with that? Pinch hit well. Why would he... Look at his order. That's crazy. He just wants me to suffer. And I'm gonna do it perfectly. You're gonna have to wait. I'm busy. I don't think that's gonna be perfect. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably the fastest I've memorized one of these. This isn't gonna be perfect because of the way he wants it cut. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crazy. Why can't I get a perfect when I actually try to get perfect? Help. I clicked the wrong area. Onion ring. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Horrible. I gotta get one of these out first. Dang. If I was just not rushing the cutting, oh my god. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need 2 more of those. I'm trying. I still can't believe he never ordered the coconut crust. Sir, you're wearing a coconut on your head. One, two, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Almost 5 stars. Well, I don't care. Dang. I just shouldn't try. And then I'll get all perfect. Okay.
Satisfied?
Over here.
You
My
better
ads are about to
report in,
run. I
then.
want to do this before.
I feel I can get stronger.
I've remembered what I can.
Please go
Attack.
faster.
That. Just wait till you see me fight.
Just you wait. I'll show.
Sort. By salvaging.
I'll apply
I vow
myself
to
fully.
carry out my sworn duty.
That's
Please.
your
I'll be in
choice.
the other part. Gone.
An honor. Right. Well, I'll be going then.
Good luck!
Good luck. Am I gonna need, wait. I think I'm gonna need one more. I'm gonna need one more thing. Okay. What's happening? My ads are about to run, so I'm gonna start my break now, and I will be right back. I'm back. I can't believe I'm not ranked 40 or 50 yet. Oh, special delivery. Greetings from Katona Beach. Hey, the locals here at Katona Beach have very particular tastes. Did you know that instead of bread, they use pureed cauliflower? They say it's healthier. Do you think we should try making a pizza crust like that? Or... that looks gross. Lead us. Cauliflower, unlock all of the standard crusts. You would not order the cauliflower crust with olive oil. I don't believe you. One, two, three, four. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you hold on a second? They moved everything. I almost clicked the wrong crust because they moved everything. Put one there. But I put one too many. Oh, I forgot to play my music. I was like, why is it so quiet? It's a complicated order. Hold on, I want to test something. I turned my music up. One, two, three, four. I could have made that perfectly. No! I was prepared to grab it and it still didn't come with me. That's crazy. Don't start stomping your feet. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Got our next special. Rim knit hat. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Why would they move all, like, hello? They had spots for everything else except for the crust. Talk fast. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The smokehouse. That's probably what that gross pizza we got one day was called. I'm probably still not rank 50. Crazy. DJ Friskins! The guy that I have a one of my first clips is because of that guy. In Papa's Freezeria. I should have remade it. I should have just clip farmed. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Okay. I thought he was doing something weird. Blue barbecue cheddar. And I think it's 8 of each except onions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you awake? Is there a way to make this game not pause when I leave it? Huh?
What are you playing?
Steam? Yeah. I think it is full screen window. Would that be in here? Full screen on. Is it one of these things? Why is the game still going? Hello? It doesn't pause when I go into the settings? That's weird. Blue barbecue. Cheddar. You couldn't have waited 2 seconds. How would I have 4 orders before finishing any of them? So you don't think it's one of these window size things? Help. He didn't answer me. Yeah.
What?
I asked if you thought it was one of those window things.
What the?
God. I'm backed up on orders. I haven't even made this order. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Can you guys hold on a second? Oh my god, it's JoJo! I'm making his first. Oh, I fucked that up. Whatever, sorry JoJo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. My 3rd order of the day still hasn't gotten their pizza. Why me? Come on, Marty. Dang. He still gave me the ribbon. Huh?
What?
I said he still gave me the ribbon. Do we think my guys are back in Xenoblade? I have to do it one more time. Like, I could just go get something else, but it's easier if I just send them and wait. I'm lazy. I'm still not rank 50. I don't think rank 55's happening today. 8 minutes. Rithy? I think this happened when I played Freezery. I was like, I'm gonna beat this week, and then I didn't because the last like 20 ranks are so slow. So it took me 7 days. I don't remember the crust. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Oh, almost put cheese on it. Calm down. I'm over here judging people for putting weird sauces on their cornbread, but where I'm from, or at least my family, puts cornbread and milk as a dessert. I don't know if that's weird. So maybe I shouldn't judge. Chair keeps moving backwards. I'm gonna be honest, I know I just got this chair, but I don't like it anymore. I'm uncomfortable. I mean, I guess it's good if you want to sit in it long periods, because I guess it's comfy in a way. But I like to sit in my chair with my legs crossed, and I can't do that in this chair. I need that crisscross chair from TikTok. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, sir. You're gonna have an onion in the wrong spot. I'm so sorry. I don't feel like redoing it. I don't even know who ordered it. Ma'am. Not sir. Need one more. And I doubt the closer's gonna order it. I don't think the closers ever order specials. The left side of this pizza is what I get. Yeah, you wouldn't order what I need you to order. $72? Oh, you're the one with the onion. Sorry. That was my bad. I'm surprised they can't order toppings, like... How do I explain this? Like, in this corner and this corner. Because they can do, like, 3. I don't know. This thing in my hair is bothering me, so I'm taking it out. Ring 50. Oh, hello. Oh, they're still not back. Okay. Speed it up. Ring 50. Still the Starlight Barbecue. Not done with that. Okay. I don't know how to say your name. Little Eduardo? Meatballs. Three meatballs. Eight burnt ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 3 green peppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's totally gonna be perfect. Dang it. Dang it. One, two, three. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang it. Serve everyone in the Romano family quartet. I was gonna ask if he was related to them. And I got my answer. Professor Fitz has my next thingy. Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 4. Pocket shirt. I do wonder why they only release a deluxe like every other year. I can't remember when Freezeria came out, but what the heck? I'm surprised they haven't made all of them into deluxes yet. Oh. Oh dang, what did I do wrong? Steakhouse Supreme? That sounds good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just really bad at this shift at building. Like, hello. $28 though. Dang, almost got 100. Perfect. $51. We're done with this. Oh my god. Anything easier I can do? It works. And we're on a new holiday, but let me do this.
I won't lie. I like being dependable.
I'm growing stronger by the day, it seems.
I'm gonna send them one more time for the last point that I need. Sort by salvaging.
I'll apply
I vow
myself
to
fully.
carry out my sworn duty.
At your
I'll be at the other party then. Go on.
An honor. Beginning assignment.
Have fun, chaps.
Oh. One more point, and it's gonna take 30 minutes because I don't want to go find anything else. Okay. Bavaria Fest? What is that? I have no idea. I have so much money to spend. In all of the posters. Definitely getting this wall. I don't know what floor. I'm gonna get both floorings. I'm gonna splurge. Gonna get this hat. The shirt. The skirt. I already got a hat, I think. The Crocs. I never get this. This one's cute. I don't want that. I'm not gonna do that either. Or that. I can get a jacket. Put my glasses back on. Then you can do that hat. And these shoes. And this. Imagine working with that on your back. Okay. Move all. Hello. Do that there. This here. This here. Didn't remove these. Remember that. I think I like the blue. I think I like that. Oh, I need my posters. Hello? Where did that go? Oh, I'm blind. Okay. I have no idea what this is. Prudence. Pretzel crust. I remember when Little Caesars started their pretzel crust. I don't know if they still have it because I don't like Little Caesars, but that was like the only pizza from there I would eat. I like the crust. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meatballs. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang it. I was so confident. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang. My phone is dying, and I keep moving backwards in my chair. Dang. He's gonna hate me. I don't know how long this day is gonna take me, but I might run my ads after this day. $85. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I haven't had banana peppers on my pizza in a long time. That used to be my go-to. The works. Okay. Blue, red. I don't know what the last thing was. I'm gonna guess. Eight pepperoni. Pepperoni. Olive, banana pepper. And I think 4 onions. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. My brain was on autopilot. Oopsies. One, two, three, 4. Come on, Big Polly, talk fast. Dogs. Thank you. That was perfect. I don't care why I got a low score. Leave me alone. dang! How did I get 99 on that cut? That's crazy. Okay. I am going to run my ads before starting the next day. How long do I have on this? 17 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna run my ads. I will be right back. I'm back. Ooh. Beer case sauce? I'm so sorry. I don't know how to say that. Pepper, garlic, butter, tomato, macaroni, mushroom. Oh, it's a cheese? One, two, three, four, five, six. Meatball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that's what Little Caesars did. They did pretzel with cheese sauce on it. And it was good. Oh shoot, that wanted 4. That's gonna start ringing. Dang it. They moved everything, and now I'm working on muscle memory, clicking on the wrong things. Even though I probably should be used to it by now. Dang, those sirens are loud. My hand's starting to hurt. I got this first because I don't remember how to do that. Actually, I'm gonna guess. Blue, red. This cheese, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 6, 7, 8. 3, 4. Hold on. Almost put barbecue sauce on there. Hold on. I wonder if I've messed up the crust and not noticed. Since it moved. Biker helmet. See, I wouldn't wear any of this. But I appreciate the free stuff. YouTube music is playing whenever it wants now. We've moved away from K-pop. Clicked on everything but the right one. Dang. Now I doubt Xenoblade is ready. Spring 52. We don't have a new one yet. This one's probably easy. Still the holiday. Okay. Mayor Mallow. Gorgonzola. Unlock all of the extra cheese toppings. I'm probably butchering all of these words. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. You gonna tell me what this is? It's based on Oktoberfest, a German beer festival and traveling fun fair. There is a festival in Frankenmuth, Michigan to celebrate it. Fun fact. Now I'll look up what Gorgonzola is. Veined Italian blue cheese. On your pizza? I don't know about that. I've only ever had blue cheese on a salad. And it was a dressing, so. Don't know if that's any different. And it was good, but I don't ever want to eat it again. So I thought it was ranch. I wouldn't have eaten it in the first place. Something like that. What is this? Cracker garlic. White cheese. Sausage. Green pepper. And tomato. I think that's what it was. Oh! Well, I fucked it up. Oopsies. Sorry, your tomatoes all over your pizza. I messed that up too. Pretzel, tomato, light cheese, blue green pepper, 6 onions. Oh shoot, I didn't put a thing on here. Getting our next thing. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Why do you have such a complicated order? Perfect. Thank you. I've had such bad luck. Blue buffalo. I've never had buffalo sauce as the base to a pizza. I feel like that would be too strong. Like, smelling. I don't like the smell of buffalo sauce. Love the taste of it. I don't like the smell of it. Go fast pinch. Dang. Spicy meatball. That sounds good. Never had meatballs on my pizza, though. Cracker garlic. That, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And tomatoes are only on this side. I've been sitting in my chair all day, I'm not gonna lie. I was editing my YouTube video. I finally got Premiere Pro to edit my YouTube videos. I've been using After Effects, and I mean, I like After Effects, but it's not really good for long videos. So I'm a Premiere Pro now. I also got Media Encoder downloaded, thank God. So my files, my last YouTube video, I rendered, it was like, what, 10, 15 minutes long? 31 gigabytes. It took up 31 gigabytes on my computer. What the hell? Because it renders in, like, a movie file or something, I guess. I actually don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I don't know. It was really annoying. I'd be like, why do I have no storage? Because all of my projects take up 1 billion gigabytes on my computer. I actually didn't check how much. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know where it went when I rendered it. Here? No. I don't know where it is. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. Almost perfect! Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do one more day here. Switch back to Xenoblade to finish, hopefully finish that quest, and then switch back to this to get rank 55. I'm gonna do one more day, I think. What was the new one we got? Do that. Payday! Honor. Bratwurst. Gross. Tomato. Oh. Parmesan. This thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello? I tried to click it like 10 times. not. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks so gross. That's probably one of the nastiest pizzas they've asked me to make. Olive oil. Blue cheese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. I didn't know you could press that when there was no pizza there. I could get so many more points if I just slow down a little bit. This is gonna ring. Yeah, I probably would have had time, but whatever. Hi, Prudence. Doesn't she normally carry like a poodle with her? Where's her poodle? Dang, I really fucked that up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Solo. Is cracker, red, parmesan. Then all the pepper jack. 6 red pepper on the left. And then 8 meatballs. Dang it. Hopefully I'm remembering this. I don't know if the order matters. I don't even know if that's right. Whatever. Pretzel, buffalo, cheddar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's so gross. That doesn't even look good. Keep forgetting to put timers on. I'm just gonna both of these. Okay. $21. It's nice having all the upgrades so I don't have to waste my money on them. Am I rank 53 yet? Yay! Okay. Xenoblade. Actually, I'm gonna completely change my HDMI. Because I'm probably gonna have to read. Hello.
Satisfied?
You better report in then.
Why couldn't I see it on my screen? It lagged more than it did normally.
I'm happy to support you if need.
I can assist the team.
That's my specialty. Just wait till you see me fight now.
Just you wait. I'll show.
Okay. Oh, I can pause my music. My bad. Energy finally finished charging. Master Pawn, it really time now? Time has come, yes. Time for Poppy to grow up and blossom into powered up lady. Poppy ready when Master Pawn ready. Leave it to Tora and Data Pawn. Let me change my game. 2 seconds.
Internal pressure remain stable.
Dadapon, crank up voltage a bit further.
Tora, increasing load even more may be dangerous.
Level's not there yet, Dadapon. We not cross the line, but we step on it.
Okay, Lila, look closely at Meter Duda.
Meter
Yes,
Duda?
Master Pawn.
Do we all have to be standing in here?
Hoo-hoo! Preparations are prepared.
Lila, hit switch.
Roger, Master Pawn.
Okay, Poppy.
I'm kind of scared to
Wakey,
see what
wakey.
Poppy Cutie Pie looks like with a new outfit.
Hey, what's this? Leaving us in the dark?
I can't see a thing.
Girl, you can light up, can't you?
Did something go wrong?
I don't know. The lights went out the first time we started Poppy up too. Remember?
Isn't it taking a bit long though?
Ah, yeah.
My Legos are in the way.
What is it? Was that a lightning bolt or something?
I missed it. I'm so sorry.
Everyone okay?
Did she explode?
I'm okay. But what about Poppy? How's she doing?
Oh no. What in the world is she wearing? That's crazy. Aw.
Woohoo! Success! Look.
That's a crazy
the
fit.
Poppy Cutie Pie.
Good morning, everybody.
That's not Poppy.
Morning.
I don't know if I like this.
So, this is the new Poppy?
Cool. I'm starting to think there's something in Tora's science malarkey after all.
Poppy's not built now. Talk about a growth spurt.
Music is
What's
so
up
loud.
there? Jealous much?
Shut it, Zeke. Unless you want me to remodel your face.
Come, Poppy! Give us demonstration of new power!
Roger, Roger, Master Pawn.
I don't like that. What's happening?
Poppy! Master Pawn has own legs!
Master Pawn have very short legs. Much more efficient like this when Master Pawn travel with Poppy.
This very silly and big disrespect to your
I'm
Master
uncomfortable.
You look like Poppy's little teddy bear there, Tora.
Pawn. Meh! Tora is not little teddy bear! Put Tora down, Poppy! Right
That's
now!
crazy.
Hey, it's not so bad. At least you don't have to walk.
Tora does not like...
I'm surprised. I would have assumed Tora built her to do that.
Tora is grown-up big adult! Poppy, come on! Poppy!
This game is so weird. Okay. Well. Powered up Poppy. Complete. All on my own. Do want to see... Okay. Tora has all 3 poppies. Okay. That's all the Xenoblade I'm doing today. I'm going back to Papa's Pizzeria. I plugged my mouse in for like 2 seconds. Okay, we need 2 more ranks. Vicky. Nitzel. I got all the Bavaria Fest toppings. Is that Crosby? What is he doing? Did he not get fed? It's 7:13! He's like, you're 13 minutes late. I don't even know what Nitzel is. Is that a character from Chowder? One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I didn't change my game back. I shouldn't have changed it at all. I thought it would be a longer cutscene. I need to copy and paste something. What happened? Okay. You see the pie symbol? Yes, okay. I say we have like 4 more in-game days. Maybe. At most a week. But I hope it's not that long. I'm sleepy and hungry. I want to go eat. Dang it. Vicky, hurry up. The pizza's burning. Hello. Oh, I don't remember this. Marker red. Parmesan. I'm guessing. It's something like this. One, two, three, four. Is this shirt supposed to mean something? Isn't Doom like a video game? Yeah. Are they giving me an advertisement in Papa's Pizzeria? I want to make sure I'm doing that right. I'm not doing it in the right order. I'm not even sure if that matters. It probably does. I feel like I should move that table. Doesn't matter. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Why do you want me to fit that much pepperoni up there? 4. Not the Boompala remix. Why do they remix all of their songs? Like a billion times. Dang, we're already at the end of the day. Oh no. Jojo, hurry. Can you hear me? Yeah. The remix has got Boompala. Yeah, like how there's a billion different versions of spaghetti. Oops. Spaghetti is Griffin's favorite song. I just thought you all should know that. I said that yesterday. Huh? It is your favorite song. Huh? Is it not your favorite song? I haven't played Ariana Grande's new song, but I'm afraid of getting like a live copyright strike. Dang it. I like Olivia Rodrigo's new music too. Thank you, Jojo. Don't want to play Mitch's mess. Dang, I'm still not... I'm gonna move this. I wish I could use like one of the fences. I don't want to mess anything up. Mary. Dang. Oops. Please. She'll be okay. Can you figure out what we're doing for dinner? Are we ordering something? Well, can you order it? Pizza? What do you think I want? I'm making pizzas. Next week I'm gonna ask if we can get coffee for dinner. Yeah, I think your heart would stop if you had coffee. Honestly, my heart would probably stop. You feel freaky when you have 5-hour energies? What? Did I put the right timer on that? I don't like the 5-hour energy. They taste like feet. Except that one. What was the one that we liked? Well, that's not good. You don't remember, so next time we're having feet? That's funny. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It was something weird. It was like a birthday party cotton candy cake or something. I don't remember. It was something. It was actually something weird. Like that. It wasn't a normal flavor. Big knapsack. I was gonna buy that earlier. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, I'm so glad that didn't cut that. I know I got a low score. I put the bacon in the wrong place, I think. Our next special. So there's so much more that I could do after I beat this. I could get all the specials. I wonder if there's more customers. But I'm just going to rank 65. Which I'll be getting on Monday. Which I don't even know if I'll have time to do Xenoblade on Monday. Meatballs. This pizza needs more cheese, but it would probably be really good. Dang. $2.99. Hi, Sarge fan. They really didn't give Sarge fan the ingredient they like. Unless they did and I forgot. Or haven't gotten it yet. What do we get? Chicken Caesar. That's gross. Oh, you know what we should get? Hello? Yeah. Noodles and Co. That's a lie. We had it a couple months ago. I don't know. Probably some funky stuff. No, I think it was probably like Alfredo or something. Something gross. I don't think you had something. It was an actual meal. It wasn't mac and cheese. I had spaghetti of some sort. And it was beautiful. Chicken Caesar. Looks easy. I need 1,038 points. I don't think it's gonna be in this day. Wendy. Caleb. I don't know these guys. Cajun shrimp. You're playing Mario Kart DS again? Dang it. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they are carrying pretzels. I saw that in the wiki and I was like, I haven't seen the pretzels, but I think I'm just not paying attention. One, two, three, four, five, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cut this first. Or the person in the lobby. Dang. I don't think I've ever had cauliflower crusted pizza. We have? Oh, maybe we got it because I wanted to try it or something. Well, I think there was a pizza at Target that was like pickle. And it had cauliflower crust and you said no or something. Maybe. I want to try pickle pizza. Cauliflower garlic. Meat chicken.
Yes.
GameCube Nintendo? I don't know. I would assume that's what that means. I don't know what else that would be. Global Cycling Network? Yeah, it's just what the GameCube is abbreviated to. That's weird. Sprinks! I don't remember the crust. Wallflower garlic. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. That scared me. You know what I want to do for a YouTube video? One of those recipes from the cookbooks I got for Christmas and haven't used. Keep an eye out for that. I want to do more new snacks too, but I don't know what's coming out right now. Isn't that surprising? I don't know what's coming out. Other than those chips that Walmart was out of. I'm gonna put that there. Yuko is obsessed with the pizzeria. She's been in here so much. It feels like. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These don't fit. Those are too big. Dominoes. Oh my god, I hit my wrist on my desk earlier and now like my wrist has been hurting randomly all day. Like there's just like a sharp pain that keeps going through it. Dang it, come on, Sprinks. Come on, Sprinks, you're running the pizza! Dang. 28 bucks. Oh, I got 297. I didn't even notice I could get more than 100. Never looked at the points. I don't think I got 1,000 though. I think I need to do one more day. Oh, no, I don't. I did get 1,000. That's crazy. Okay, well. I'm gonna find someone to raid. Here comes another Boom Paula remix. I'm gonna raid Eevee. I'll be back on Monday with this and maybe Xenoblade. Both. Either this and Xenoblade or just this. Oh, that's not my raid button. I hope everyone has a good weekend. I'll have a YouTube video up tomorrow. Stay safe. All that. Bye.